we're not always in front of our laptops because we're not always in the office. Whether that's because our role makes us mobile, so we're out and about a lot, or whether that's because we find ourselves commuting more now that offices have opened back up again. Whatever the reason, we need to be able to perform any activities that are assigned to us and also be connected to those people and the systems as if we were there. Now, I remember about 20 years ago when my grandmother came to stay. She's 93 now. She must have been in her 70s then, and she just got her first mobile phone. And she came to me and said, "Mike, I'm just about to go to the shops. If anyone calls, can you tell them that I'm out?" She thought that a mobile phone was like a house phone, a cordless one, but you could take it from house to house. So I had to explain to her that with a mobile phone, it was even better than that. You can take it around with you everywhere you go, and people will still be able to get in contact with you. Now, during the pandemic, being able to be in contact with my grandmother has been very important. She lives about 3.5 hours away from us, and obviously with lockdown we weren't able to go and see her, but we were still able to get in contact with her and be able to FaceTime her and talk to her as if she was here. This was really important for her as she lives on her own to keep in contact, and also really important for us to be able to keep that connection and make sure she's okay. Now, the difference from her thinking that a mobile phone was a cordless phone that you could take from different houses to be able to FaceTime, I think is vast. But it does highlight the importance of being able to be connected to people regardless of the method. And this is what I want to share with you today. I want to talk a little bit about the mobile capabilities that we have in the systems, so that even when we're out and about, like I said, through commuting, or whether it's the fact that we are a mobile-based worker, we still, if we need to raise requisitions, want exactly the same content as if someone was shopping within guided buying. We also want to be able to approve as if we're in the office. We want to be able to do goods receipts. We want to be able to give someone a nudge if they're taking a little bit too long to approve something. We have all of this capability within our mobile applications, and I want to bring this to life by showing you what it's like for people that don't work in an office and how valuable, therefore, the mobile app can be. This is Glenn. Glenn's a mobile engineer and so is not in the office much, but he still needs to create purchase requisitions for items and services that he needs out in the field. Glenn can do this by logging into guided buying on his mobile browser. From here, Glenn can see exactly the same content and user experience as if he was in front of his laptop at the office. Glenn needs to order a couple of different types of gloves, so navigates through the tiles to find these blue Safe Touch gloves and add 100 of them into his shopping cart. Glenn can do this in exactly the same way he would as if he was shopping on any other mobile website. The second pair of gloves are the more heavy duty ones that Glenn needs. So again, he reviews the options which have been provided by catalogue content from suppliers and adds the ones he needs into his shopping cart. Now, Glenn also sometimes orders cleaning services to help with the maintenance around the areas that he is working on. He can do this quickly and easily by utilising the forms within guided buying. This helps create a specification of cleaning services needed, but also helps keep him compliant by using sourcing policies to help him get quotes from 3 different suppliers. Glenn is notified as to who the preferred suppliers are, but also all of the other applicable ones. Glenn decides that he doesn't need to do this in this occasion, but does want to continue and check out with the gloves that he needs to order. Glenn notices that the heavy duty gloves, the quantity needs to be updated, and in doing so triggers a volume-based discount to update the pricing information, making sure that even though Glenn isn't a professional buyer, he still gets the agreed pricing every time. And you'll also notice that the workflow has now also updated because of the change in value. So all that's left to do is for Glenn to submit this requisition and have it picked up by Jean to be processed. Jean is Glenn's manager and is office based. But at the time Jean got the alert that Glenn had submitted a requisition for his approval, he was already on his commute home. Normally this would have created a bottleneck and would delay Glenn from getting the items he needed. But Jean is able to log in to the SAP Procurement mobile app, the same one that alerted him that this request had just come in. Now not only can he process the request, but he can also create his own shopping cart from within this application. Jean has all the content mirrored from within guided buying, giving him access to create non-catalogue requests and also search the catalogues in the same way we saw from Glenn when he was creating his purchase requisition. So if Jean needed to create his own requisition for gloves, he could do so by searching the system, reviewing the specifics of the item he was looking at, and then finally adding it into his cart to be submitted for approval. Now that Jean is in the Procurement mobile app, he can see all of the activities that he needs to perform from across the entire system, including this contract which has been sent for him to approve. From within the application, Jean can see all the details associated with this particular task, meaning that he can complete it from within the application whilst on the move. Jean can even open up the agreement to review it in one click. Jean can see that he is the only approver in this task, so goes ahead and makes the approval while he's still travelling. Now Jean wants to go and see the requisition that Glenn sent through. Jean's to-do list is broken up into tasks, requisitions and items to receive to make it really easy to see all the recent requests made of him. Jean expands the requisitions to approve and sees all of those that are assigned to him. From here, he can see the request for gloves. Jean can also see that due to the amount, this requisition is going to go to his own manager, Arnold, after he approves. Now, Jean is confident that the pricing details will be correct, as this has all come from pre-approved content, but reviews it anyway, and reviews the rest of the information on the requisition to make sure that he's completely happy. All of this is available to Jean from within the application, giving him all the information he needs to make the right decisions. From here, all that is needed is for Jean to trigger the approval, which will in turn pass this on to the next phase, which is Arnold's approval. Only after all of these approvals occur will the order be created and sent out across the network. But speaking of orders, Jean created one which he needs to receive, and he can see this from within the application. Jean can also create this goods receipt from within the application itself and review the orders that it's associated to. The final thing that Jean wants to do before he hits his stop is chase up on a request that he submitted himself a while ago. He can see all of his requisitions from the quick links button, and from here can go in and see all of the details from the ones he submitted and is waiting on. Jean can tell from the phase that is yet to be processed, so reviews the approval chain to see who's in it. You can see that Arnold is the only person in it, so decides to send him a quick reminder or a nudge. In the office, he would pop in and see him, but out and about, he can send Arnold this nudge, which is a gentle reminder to Arnold that he needs to go in and review this requisition to decide to approve it or not. This nudge is a great way to prompt an approver to take a second look, or maybe a first look, at the items you've sent through on a requisition and make that decision. This helps move things along, even if you're out and about. Like Glenn and Jean, you're still connected.